Okay, folks, so here's where we're at. We are looking at 3 lessons about complex sentences with constructions typical of literary and academic styles. So, again, I think I've mentioned before, but this kind of thing is definitely characteristic of the C levels. When this is really only something you start getting into when you get into the upper levels, C1 and C2 of learning a language. So we're definitely well into advanced Russian here. I don't know. How much I can really say about these, but let's just go ahead and get into them. So yeah, so one lesson is about constructions without any specific cases. One lesson is about constructions used with dative, genitive, and instrumental cases, and then this lesson is about the other 3 cases, prepositional, accusative, and genitive. So let's go ahead and get started first with the constructions without specific cases. So, as usual, we have the dialogue. Let's just go ahead and listen to the dialogue first of all.
Итак, сначала мы говорим о нашем контракте, а затем посмотрим новое соглашение.
Хорошо.
Во-первых, у меня есть несколько вопросов о качестве товара. Во-вторых, мне не очень понятна ваша система логистики. И в-третьих, я хочу более детально узнать о цене. Она зависит от количества или это для любых объемов?
Я начну с последнего. Наша цена зависит от объемов. Следовательно, чем больше вы покупаете у нас, тем больше скидка.
Отлично. А качество?
Вы знаете, что наши фабрики находятся в Китае, но на каждой фабрике у нас есть наши контролеры, которые проверяют каждую партию товара. Таким образом, за качество можете не волноваться, оно самое лучшее.
А система логистики?
Сейчас я не могу вам подробно рассказать о ней, так как у нас немного поменялась структура доставки. Давайте я отправлю вам имейл с информацией об этом завтра.
Хорошо. И в заключение нашего разговора я хотел бы спросить, какую скидку вы можете нам дать?
Это будет зависеть от партии товара, которую вы купите у нас. Думаю, что 7 или 10%.
Хорошо.
Okay, a very business-like discussion. No jokes this time, I don't think. This is just two businessmen talking business. All right, so how do things start? So right off the top, we have 2 things to fill in. The first thing is
Итак,
I don't know if itak is all that complex or restricted to sophisticated language, but yeah, itak just means like, so, well, okay.
сначала мы говорим о нашем контракте.
Okay, so сначала, which basically means for a start. So for a start, we talk about our contract.
А затем посмотрим новое соглашение.
So затем, which basically means after that. We will look at the new agreements.
Хорошо.
Okay.
Во-первых,
So, во-первых, they like this one in the lesson. I notice they repeat this во-первых a lot in different parts of this lesson. It simply means first of all. So yeah, first of all,
у меня есть несколько вопросов о качестве товара.
I have some questions about the quality of the product.
Во-вторых,
Во-вторых, so во-вторых is not surprisingly secondly. So secondly,
мне не очень понятна ваша система логистики.
so secondly, I don't very much understand your system of logistics.
И в-третьих, я хочу более детально узнать о цене.
Okay. И в-третьих, so in the third place, I want to know more details, or I want to more details learn about the price.
Она зависит от количества или это для любых объемов?
So, does the price depend on the количество, which I guess is the size, like the volume of the order, or is it for любых объемов. So basically, is it for arbitrary quantities, for any quantity?
Я начну с последнего.
I will start with the last one.
Наша цена зависит от объемов.
So our price depends on the quantity. So it does depend on the size of the order.
Следовательно, чем больше вы покупаете у нас, тем больше скидка.
Okay, so следовательно basically means like следующий means next. So следовательно basically means like the next thing after that, or like it follows from that. So basically it follows from that the more you buy with us, the larger the discount. Скидка being discount.
Отлично. А качество?
Great, excellent. And the quality?
Вы знаете, что наши фабрики находятся в Китае.
You know that our factory is located in China.
Но на каждой фабрике у нас есть наши контролеры, которые проверяют каждую партию товара.
But in every factory we have our controller, controlleri, controllers or inspectors who inspect every shipment of goods or every batch of
Таким
goods.
образом, за качество можете не волноваться, оно самое лучшее.
Okay, so таким образом what is таким образом exactly? How do you translate that one phrase? I mean, he's basically saying that the quality is taken care of. That there are no concerns about quality because we have the inspectors. But obviously, linguistically, how do you translate таким образом? Kind of like as a consequence of that, I guess. As a consequence of that, you can be without worries, or you don't have to worry about the quality. On the самое лучшее, it is the best. The quality is the best.
А система логистики?
And the system of logistics.
Сейчас я не могу вам подробно рассказать о ней,
Right now, I can't tell you much about it.
так как у нас немного поменялась структура доставки.
Так как, which is another way of saying because or due to the fact that. So due to the fact that we have a few changes in the structure of deliveries. So a few changes to the delivery structure.
Давайте я отправлю вам имейл с информацией об этом завтра.
Let's go ahead and I will send you an email with the information about it tomorrow. I like how they write email with Latin letters. They don't even bother. Here they didn't even bother to transliterate it into Cyrillic letters. They just wrote it as it is.
Хорошо. И в заключение нашего разговора я хотел бы спросить, какую скидку вы можете нам дать?
So the missing word here is в заключение, which means to close. So good. And to close our нашего разговора, so to close our discussion or conversation, I would like to ask what discount you can give us.
Это будет зависеть от партии товара, которую вы купите у нас. Думаю, что 7 или 10%.
Хорошо.
Didn't he already answer this question? He said already it's dependent on the quantity. It depends on the size of your order, which you buy with us. But I think it will be 7 or 10%. Okay. 7 or 10% discount, that's not too bad, I guess, theoretically. Okay, so this is not an activity, this is just reading stuff, so you can read through these. I mean, again, most of these are fairly intuitive, like во первый, второй, третий, so firstly, secondly, thirdly, it's not that difficult. Итак, which is just a filler word, basically meaning, okay, well. And then, yes, начало, to begin, and then затем, which was затем, I believe, after that. Yeah, затем was after that, right? Yes. And then при этом, в заключение means to close as the last point. Таким образом, it follows from that. Следовательно also means it follows from that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the full list here. Here they will probably give us some more details here. Yeah, exactly. The Russian language has many registers or styles. This is true of most languages. Most languages have different registers which you use in different contexts. I mean, in a business meeting like this, you will use more formal language than you would in, talking with friends or in a bar or something like that. That's usual in pretty much any language. Almost any language in any culture has something like that. So, yes, сначала, затем is a synonym for сначала потом. So basically, after that. At the beginning, something, and then after that, something else. The construction with итак is used at the beginning of a sentence and means summing something up. Yeah, you can say to sum up. And yeah, во первых, вторых, третьих. So first, second, third. The construction with следовательно is a synonym of поэтому, which means therefore. Okay, so следовательно is a synonym for поэтому, but it's limited to scientific writing or business meetings, I guess, apparently. Таким образом is a synonym of поэтому, так следовательно. But again, so these are pretty much all synonyms. It just means it follows from that, ... Заключение is a synonym of в конце, also to finish off. Prieto means the same as хотя, but it's typical of literary styles. So yeah, I mean, all of these are really things that we've seen before. They're just phrased more in a more opulent, or not opulent, but in a more highbrow way that basically implies, again, a higher register of language. Okay, and part 2 of this is for the next lesson, so we'll skip that for now. So basically all this here is what we need for this lesson. So it's really just a handful of phrases. It's really just a handful of specific phrases that you need to learn. And there's pretty much these phrases that we went through here is pretty much it. That's most of the lesson. So, okay, so what do we have here? So, something я не знаю вас и something я не хочу с вами знакомиться. So, something I don't know you and something else I don't want to with you meet. So, I guess logically, I mean, from the phrasing, it sounds like во-первых and во-вторых. So, first of all, I don't know you, and secondly, no, I don't want to meet you. Okay, second sentence. Something нам надо прочитать эти документы, something that на подпись шефу. So, something we need to read these documents and something give them to be signed to the boss. So, kind of like, I mean, you could say the same thing again. Maybe it's во-первых and вторых. First, we need to read the documents and then give them to the boss. But I don't know. It's not quite like that. Basically, I guess here the first word is сначала. So, first, at the beginning, we need to read the documents. And after that. So, what's a word here meaning after that? Well, it was затем, right? Yeah, затем. After that, we give them to the boss to sign. И something нашей встречи хочу поблагодарить всех. So, and something our meeting want to thank everyone. I guess the phrase here is при этом. So, при этом is Yeah, kind of like in addition to that, I guess. So, and as well, I want to thank everyone for the meeting. Yeah. Or because of our meeting, I want to thank everyone. Okay. All right. Moving on. Something, кто может ответить на данный вопрос? So, who can answer on this question? Or who can answer this question? Looks like the word they're looking for there is itak. Yeah, see, again, they said itak means to sum up, but I don't think, I mean, in English it makes no sense. You wouldn't say, to sum up, who can answer this question? It's really, to my mind, it's just a filler word. It's just like, okay, so, who can answer this question? It's just like when you start a sentence by saying, well, so, that's just kind of what itak means to me, but that's how I interpret it. Okay, Лариса нашла хорошую работу, something у нее не было никакого опыта в этой сфере. So, so нашла is found. So Larissa found good work, or she found a good job. She had no experience in this sphere. So I guess the word there is kind of like although. So what's a word that's kind of like although? Yeah, при этом is actually what they're looking for there. So yeah, okay, so при этом is kind of like anyway, or although, or despite that, I guess. Okay. Мы дадим вам скидку в 10%, so we give you a discount of 10%, or we will give you a discount of 10%. Something вы экономите не только время, но и деньги. You save not only time, but also money. So, so yeah, we're looking for a phrase that means as a consequence of that. Следовательно, it means as a consequence of that, but it appears they're looking for the phrase таким образом, which was a synonym, wasn't it? Yeah. So таким образом is also a synonym of therefore it follows that. Okay, so basically, or as a consequence of that. You can say in English, as a consequence, you save not only time, but also money. Okay, мой ответ правильный, something теорема доказана. So my answer is correct, something theory proven. So my answer is correct, and thus the theory was proven. Okay, so I guess here they want следовательно. So so my answer is correct. As a consequence of that, it follows that my theory is proven, or that the theory is proven. Okay, ты едешь в Великобританию на год. So you are driving to Great Britain for a year, но something ты абсолютно не говоришь по-английски. Как это возможно? You absolutely do not speak English. You speak absolutely no English. How is that possible? Okay, so... Let's see, what are they looking for here? It looks like... Looks like once again they're looking for при этом here. Does that make sense? It doesn't seem to make sense, does it? No, it doesn't seem to make sense because we don't have another one of those here. We have... Let's move on for a bit. Let's move on to the next one and see what we end up with. So, sentence 9 says something у меня таких денег. Something я не хочу ехать в отпуск и something я не хочу ехать в отпуск с тобой. So, the way that these are listed here makes it pretty clear that this is firstly, secondly, and thirdly. So once again, во-первых, во-вторых, and в-третьих. Okay. So first of all, I have no money. Secondly, I don't want to go on vacation. And thirdly, I don't want to go on vacation with you. Okay. And finally, something ответьте на вопрос. Где вы были 25 августа? So, I guess here, в заключение, in closing, answer the question, where were you on the 25th of August? This leaves the question of what we put here. It does not like that. Hold on, so what's the deal here? Because... I guess, like, hold on, sorry. I guess the itak goes here. I'm just looking at my notes here. Apparently the itak goes here. Does then заключение go here? No, it doesn't. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, that's the way of it. Okay, so looking at my notes, after you solve this exercise, for some reason it shows you here a number 3, и при этом, but no, actually the correct answer here is и в заключение. So in closing. Okay, so sorry, number 3 is actually in closing. I want to thank everyone for the meeting. Okay, that was actually the website's mistake because I'm looking at the answers on the website after you come back to these pages after solving the puzzle or after solving the exercise. Okay, and then here, number 3, it says you're driving to Great Britain for a year, although or despite the fact that you speak absolutely no English. How is that possible? Okay, that's the sentence here at number 8. Okay, makes sense. All right, moving on. So now we need to go ahead and fill some of these in. Well, this is fairly simple. These are just, actually, they give you synonyms here. So, I mean, really, if you look at this, you can see what the synonyms are. So, for example, what was the synonym for хотя? It was при этом. So I can actually just copy this from here and stick it in there. And then конце, в заключение. So, в заключение, and так. So here they say так, but I mean, так is the same as и так, right? They're pretty much, и так is just kind of like it's literally and так. So yeah, and yeah. Ты будешь, so поэтому, which one are they looking for here? Which synonym for поэтому are they looking for here? Believe they're looking for, right, следовательно. Потом is затем. Конце is, again, I can just copy this from here. Так is once again и так. And then поэтому is this again just следовательно? No, it's not. What did they not like here? What is the, okay, well, first of all, this here is supposed to be таким образом. Okay, I guess it follows. Okay, there we go. That's what it was. Okay, so those two were таким образом and not just и так. There's no и так in this exercise. Okay, I see. That's why. Okay, so I cheated a little bit by just looking at the synonyms of the words that you're supposed to fill in. But let's go ahead and actually read these. So, вы работаете программистом, при этом вы не знаете ни одной программы. So, you work as a programmer. Despite that, you do not know one program, or you don't know one single program. В заключение нашей встречи я хотел бы подарить вам небольшой сувенир. So to finish our meeting, or at the close of our meeting, I want to give you a little souvenir. That's nice. Скорость самолета 8, what is 800? 8 is 8, and then 100 is 100 or some derivative thereof, so 800, something like that. Километров в час, а поезда только 200. 200 is 200, if I remember right. Километр в час. Таким образом, самолет намного быстрее поезда. So the airplane, or the speed of the airplane, is 800 kilometers per hour, and the train is only 200 kilometers per hour. It follows from that, or as a consequence of that, it follows that the airplane is much faster than the train. Ты болеешь, следовательно, ты не можешь поехать с нами на экскурсию. You are sick. It follows as a consequence of that, you cannot drive with us into the excursion, into the trip. Сначала ты почитаешь документ, а затем сохранишь его. First, you print the document, and after that, save him, or save it. But document is masculine in Russian. В заключение конференции мы подписали протокол. So at the end of the conference, we signed a protocol. So like I guess a record of the conference. Он каждый день покупал лотерейные билеты. Таким образом он выиграл миллион. He every day bought lottery tickets. As a consequence of this, he won $1 million. Okay? I don't think it quite works like that. A lot of people buy lottery tickets but don't actually win. You don't necessarily win just because you buy the ticket, but okay. Я думаю, следовательно, я существую. This is actually a direct Russian rendering of Descartes' famous "I think, therefore I am." So, я думаю, I think, следовательно, it follows as a consequence of that, я существую, I exist. Okay. And finally, just a few small things to end up with. So, сначала будет официальная часть мероприятия. So, first, there will be the official part of the мероприятие, like the event, I guess. And then what do we have here? Когда мы встретимся, so when will we meet? Затем ужин в ресторане. After that, eat dinner in a restaurant. Or я еще раз повторю мою мысль. I once again repeat my idea. Well, obviously, it's got to be this. So first, there's the official part of the gathering or the meeting or conference, whatever. And then after that, there's dinner in a restaurant. Okay, number 2. Директор уволил 5 сотрудников. So the director fired 5 employees. So options are молодец, good job, well done. Следовательно, у тебя нет аквариума. As a consequence of that, you don't have an aquarium. Or таким образом он сократил расходы. So as a result of that, he reduced expenses. Okay, yes, that's true. You lay off people, you reduce expenses. Во-первых, взять кредит в банке сейчас трудно. So first of all, it's difficult now to get credit at a bank. Credit is, in English you'd call it a loan, not just credit, you'd call it a loan. But yeah, here they mean, first of all, it's difficult to get a loan from a bank now. And I guess logically you'd go direct to avtori, secondly, and not to thirdly. So, secondly, he will not give it to you. Thirdly, it's not that simple. Or secondly, it's not like that at all. Well, I guess the logical thing is, and secondly, they won't. So, firstly, it's not easy to get a bank loan, and secondly, they won't give it to you anyway. All right. Они живут вместе уже 15 лет. So, they live together already 15 years. Следовательно, ты не ешь апельсини. As a consequence of that, it follows that you do not eat oranges. Yes, logically, because they've been together 15 years, you don't eat oranges. Obviously, it's got to be the right answer. Я еще раз повторю мою мысль. Once again, I will repeat my idea. Or при этом не любят друг друга. Despite that, they do not love each other. Well, sad but true. That's the logical conclusion of the sentence. У тебя аллергия на citrusovые. You have an allergy to citrus, or citrus fruits. Таким образом, на десерт будут апельсины. As a consequence of that, there will be oranges for dessert. Yes, very logical. Следовательно, ты не ешь апельсины. As a consequence of that, you do not eat oranges. Or, следовательно, ты ешь только апельсины. As a consequence, you eat only oranges. Obviously, this one. If you are allergic to citrus fruits, logically, you will not eat oranges. I mean, I guess you can eat them, but probably do not. Итак, so last one. Итак, следовательно, я существую. Therefore, I exist. Okay, that's obviously not it. Remember, it's I think, therefore I am, not so, therefore I am. Следующая встреча состоится 20 марта. So the next meeting will occur on the 20th of March. Or при этом никто ничего не знает. Despite that, nobody knows anything. So, well, obviously, I guess the second one makes sense. So to sum up, next meeting will be 20th of March. And indeed, that was correct. So that was it. That was lesson 78. So like I said, just a handful of phrases really. The lesson focuses mainly on a handful of phrases which are good to know. I mean, these kinds of phrases are not necessarily restricted to, despite the name of the lesson, they're not restricted to literary and academic styles. You may also hear them in everyday speech sometimes. Maybe not commonly, maybe not everyday speech, but just in regular speech you may hear these. So good to know. So these are the specific phrases that we saw and applied in this lesson. There you go. That's it. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. That was lesson 78. We'll see each other next time for lesson 79. Until then, ta-ta.